Y'all woke up early just to finish part 3 for y'all. Okay, so let's get back to it. Okay, y'all. So in the mix of them getting into it or whatever, this caused Chris and Latavia to start an argument with each other. So Chris storms out. He tells Latavia like, "Man, I'm finna go for a drink. I need to clear my head." That's exactly what he do. He go to this local bar that's not far away from Latavia's crib, and he just up there chilling. He drinking with 101 thoughts going through his head. So while he's sitting there drinking or whatever, ordering shots back to back, y'all, at this point he tipsy. He ain't fucked up all the way, but he tipsy. It's this girl that comes and approaches him, and she fine, like she pretty, you know what I'm saying, real pretty nice girl or whatever. She sits down or whatever. She notices that Chris having a bad day. She asks Chris like, "Are you okay?" Chris like, "Nah, man, I got a lot of stuff going on or whatever." So Chris basically like breaks it down to what he got going on, and the girl, she feeling all sad for his ass and shit like that. She's telling him, you know, things gonna be all right. Y'all will work it out, this, that, and the third. But in the meantime, just focus on the moment. Why the fuck she say that? Y'all already know what the fuck a bitch mean when she say just focus on the moment. I know you going through what you going through, but let's just focus on the moment. So they sitting there, they having a couple drinks or whatever. They just started talking about something that ain't got shit to do with Chris' problems. So Chris notices how hard the girl was trying to front with her little accent or whatever. He can tell that she was trying to front with an accent that she really didn't have. So y'all, Chris asked the girl where she from or whatever, and she tell Chris that she's somewhere out of state, you know what I'm saying, far away from where the fuck he's from. So Chris like, okay, I can tell, you know what I'm saying. So they laugh or whatever, they pour him another shot. At this point, you know, Chris had been drinking before her, so Chris is fucked up at this point. So Chris did stay in a dorm. He didn't stay with Latavia. He just was always over there in Latavia crib. So by him being messed up or whatever, the girl that had approached him or whatever, she asked him if it was okay if she take him home because he was fucked up, you know what I'm saying? So Chris was like, yeah, man, I don't think I can drive, and an Uber gonna take too long, so yeah, I'll let you take me home. You ain't gonna kidnap me, is you know what I'm saying? Make a little small talk, make a little jokes or whatever. When in reality, bitch, that shit was not a fucking joke. And the only reason it wasn't a joke is because that was McKinley talking to his ass at that bar. But the man had been drinking so much, he had been in his feelings, like, you know what I'm saying, he wasn't even able to notice that there was actually McKinley that approached him at that bar. So y'all, on the way home or whatever, Latavia is trying to call Chris' phone. Chris is not answering. She blowing Chris up because she know that they had got into a heated argument. At this point, it's 2, 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever, and Chris ain't came in. So Latavia wanted to at least check to see if he made it to his dorm. No answer from Chris. So y'all, McKinley notices that Chris' phone kept on ringing, which that was Latavia calling. She kept on calling, kept on calling. McKinley was like, damn, your girlfriend must be mad or something. So y'all, Chris had noticed that him and the girl had been dropping for a little while. He like, damn, I know I don't stay this far away from the motherfucking bar. Like, you know, where Shorty taking me? So he raises up or whatever, because you know when you drunk and shit like that, you get in the car, you let your seat back, baby, and you just be out of it, you know what I'm saying, till you get to your destination. But Chris did, he noticed that he was driving a little too long, you know what I'm saying, so he raises up, y'all. This girl that took him to some motherfucking woods. Mind y'all, this is McKinley playing like dressed up as someone else. So they out there, y'all. She make a stop or whatever. Chris like, man, where the fuck we at? He was like, it's dark out here. Like, what you on? But the way Chris said it was like in a sexual way. Like, oh, you trying to get busy in the woods? Like, what you on? So y'all, McKinley pulls out a strap and she tell Chris to get out the car. At this point, Chris didn't notice that this is McKinley. This is not some random girl that checked up on him while he was at the bar, you know, just trying to be a friend, this, that, and the third. He noticed that this bitch done went the extra mile to put on a wig, put on makeup. Like, she did the whole 9 yards to disguise herself. So McKinley got the gun up to Chris or whatever, and she telling Chris, get the fuck out or whatever. So she telling Chris, like, bitch, you thought I was gonna let you take my best friend? You was the reason our relationship is not the same. She just got the vent to Chris about everything, how she felt from the get-go. She told Chris how she felt like Latavia always had more than her, and how she always had this and that, and everybody always praised her and all this stuff like that. So y'all, she started crying. McKinley started crying. She started crying. She said, I wish I was Latavia. You know, I wish I was Latavia. She said it about 3 times. Then she was like, it's you. You know, she blamed it on Chris. At this point, she is mad, y'all. She mad. She blamed it on Chris. She like, if it wasn't for you, me and my best friend would be closer than what we are today. So Chris got to apologize, and he's like, I'll leave Latavia alone, you know what I'm saying? This ain't worth it. Like, you know, you'll go to jail if you do something to me. Like, you don't want to go to jail. You don't want to spend the rest of your life in jail. Basically trying to talk this bitch out of killing his ass. So McKinley was telling him, like, it's done. You know, it's done. It's no way I can let you leave these woods or whatever. So she pulls out her strap, y'all, and puts it up to Chris' head, and boom, shoots his ass. So as soon as she popped his ass, y'all, Latavia started calling Chris' phone. She calling Chris' phone. She blowing his phone up, because at this point, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. I still ain't heard nothing from you. So y'all, don't lose me. Okay, so McKinley, when she popped Chris or whatever, she ended up taking Chris' phone. She took Chris' phone or whatever because she was going to go through the messages and see what Latavia and Chris was talking about concerning her. Okay, y'all, so after McKinley did her little investigation or whatever, going through Chris' phone, she notices that Latavia was telling Chris, you know what I'm saying, she do be on some weird ass shit sometimes, you know what I'm saying, I just back off from letting her come out with us and all this stuff like that. So at this point, McKinley is feeling betrayed. She feel like, oh, Latavia talking about me to this nigga, like, we supposed to be best friends, like, this bitch downplaying me to this motherfucking man. So at this point, this got McKinley feeling some type of way. So y'all, McKinley called Latavia. She asked Latavia if she free or whatever. Latavia feeling sad. She sounded like she had been crying, like she's worried, this, that, and the third. And the way she answered the phone, she was desperate to talk to any motherfucking body. So McKinley played it off or whatever. She asked Latavia like what she was doing, this, that, and third. Mind y'all, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. But this is not new to Latavia. McKinley always called at odd times in the motherfucking morning, in the motherfucking night. Like, she always been on some weird shit where she was just disrespectful, didn't give a damn what time she called. So Latavia didn't really pay too much attention with her calling at 5 o'clock in the morning. McKinley asks Latavia if she can come over and have a conversation with her or whatever. Latavia like, yeah, she been calling Chris. Chris ain't answering her phone. They had got into a fight. So McKinley was telling Latavia like, don't worry, I'll explain it. Latavia was like, huh? Like, what do you mean? But McKinley laughed and brushed it off. And she was like, girl, I'm on my way. I'll talk to you when I get there. So y'all, McKinley is on her way to Latavia's house or whatever to talk to Latavia. She arrives at Latavia's house. She goes inside. They sit down. Latavia go in there and pour them a glass of wine. So y'all, while they sipping, they drinking their wine or whatever, this is the opportunity for McKinley to just lay everything on the motherfucking table. She really finna tell Latavia how she feel and what she did and why she did it. So y'all, McKinley start off by asking Latavia a question like, you know I love you, right? Latavia like, yeah, I know you fuck with me. I know you love me. We've been best friends for years. Like, what is this about? So y'all, McKinley tell Latavia like, I can't focus on my life because I'm too invested in what you got going on and how you moving and how you doing things and what you got and all that. So Latavia was like, what? Like, friend, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? I told you everything that I got, you're going to eventually get, if not better. So McKinley was telling Latavia like, nah, friend, that ain't how I go or whatever. She told Latavia that she popped Chris. That's why Chris wasn't answering his phone. She told Latavia how she did. She said she saw that Chris was at the bar or whatever. He was sitting by himself. He was drinking. She approached Chris. Chris didn't notice who she was. She offered to take Chris home. Chris agreed to let her take him home. And she took him to the woods or whatever and popped his ass. So at this point, Latavia knowing that McKinley is on demon time, but she never felt that her friend was that fucking jealous of her. Like, she wanted her life that bad to where she'll take her life. So at this point, Latavia got to begging McKinley, like, McKinley, please don't do this. Please don't do that, y'all. McKinley didn't give a fuck. McKinley up that strap and boom, took her ass out. Then she turned the pew-pew on herself and boom, took herself out. Y'all let me know if y'all want more stories. I will be posting a story today, like around 3 o'clock. Y'all just got to give me time because I got to get situated, get my kids situated. But anyways, I thank y'all for watching. Please like, share, comment, and follow my page for more videos. I am on YouTube at Ashley Haraway, I believe. And I am on Facebook at Ashley Haraway. All videos that's posted on TikTok will be posted on Facebook and YouTube. And I'm going to try posting on Instagram. I really don't like how Instagram set up, but I'll try posting more on Instagram too. But anyways, thank y'all for watching. Bye. Love y'all.